At last, the armies of the Stoneward Monastery above came to Szeth's rescue. As he'd hoped, they were unable to watch as one of their own was destroyed. Szeth rose into the air, afire with stormlight, listening to the glorious sound of their trumpets, crystal clear notes accompanying a force marching down the switchbacks to join Szeth's troops. Something swelled in Szeth at the sound, the sign of that glorious force marching with bright helmets and shields held high. This was the moment when his flaming ember became a wildfire, the moment when resistance against the Voidbringers truly began, and the desolation was opposed. He landed in a storm of light.
It's true.
Drodley, one of his head shamans, was there, his helmet askew with a dent in one side, and blood, not his, on his armor.
They are coming, as you said. What would we have done if they hadn't?
We'd have died. Better to die than to let the return happen unresisted.
Drodley gave him a horrified look at that. Never mind. Better soldiers were coming. His shamans were, he noticed, yelling for the men to take heart at the sight, something he likely should have done. Instead, he flew up to speak to Lumo at the head of the new troops.
We'll fight, Szeth, but only because you're on the defensive, and they apparently want to exterminate you. Something strange is going on, and it's time that we had some respect here, rather than being considered second class because we lack an honor bearer.
Those were not quite the words of a glorious champion for truth, but they would do. Szeth flew back down, and the Stoneward army began to support his ranks. As the troops were bolstered, stabilizing on the incline, a favorable position, he shouted a challenge to the enemy armies. Other honor-bearers materialized. First, Moss, who should have been his friend, then Civi. Hosen was making those closest to Szeth come first, hoping they would die by his blade. Well, today he refused. He was no assassin, no murderer crafted to do evil. He sought them out and clashed with them, but made no killing blows. He merely fought until Moss broke and fled. Civi waited until that fight was done, then came in next. Though she could bend the stones to her will, he made certain not to leave the soil. She refused to elskate away, and so theirs was mostly a duel of sword against sword, fought on the ground in the middle of the enemy ranks, who made room for them and did not try to interfere. Szeth did her the honor of minimizing his use of powers, and therefore had to spend a good 5 minutes fighting until he managed to disarm her and send her sprawling across the grass in a heap, her short hair falling and obscuring her eyes.
You're strong. Stones unhallowed. How did you get so strong?
Szeth leveled his blade at her.
I fight to protect our land. Join me, and we will be two.